Hi, and welcome back to my channel. It's good to see you again. Today's class will be about words that are often confusing to everyone, including native English speakers. This is part 4 of a series I am making about confusing words. So if you need help with certain vocabulary, this is my list so far. So if you have something else you would like to learn that is not on this list yet, let me know and I can write it down and explain it in my next video. For today, though, we will focus on this, that, these, and those, to, and two, and the differences between were, where, we're, and where. Let's get started and bring you one big step closer to English fluency. Before we start with this, that, these, and those, keep in mind we use this and that for singular objects. This is used for the object closer to me, and that is used for the object that is farther from me. Let's use these two pens for our example. This is one pen. This pen, which is closer to me, is blue. And that pen, which is farther from me, is red and black. Sometimes, if we are at a store and the worker behind the counter asks us what we want, we can say 2 items, 3 items, or even 10 items, as long as each item or object is one thing. I would like this 1 loaf of bread, that 1 croissant, and that 1 donut. So I would like this loaf of bread, that croissant, and that donut. The number of different objects you can say here are really endless. You can say 100 different objects if you wanted to. Again, as long as it's singular, your list can truly be endless. These and those are just like this and that, just with multiple objects. So if you want to talk about 2 loaves of bread, 3 croissants, and 4 donuts, for example, or honestly, really any number higher than 1, then we would use these and those. These, again, is just like this. We would talk about what is closest to us, just with multiple things. Those is just like that, but for the things farther from us. I would like these 2 loaves of bread, those 3 croissants, and those 4 donuts. Of course, you can mix and match them and say, I would like these 2 loaves of bread, that 1 croissant, and that 1 donut, because you only want 1 donut and 1 croissant. So you won't say these croissant and those donut. You need more than 1 object to say these and those. Just like you won't say, I would like this 2 pens and that papers. It doesn't really work like that. This pen here is blue. These books are good. That pen is red. And those flowers are pretty. Side note alert. Before we continue, remember in English, many words have multiple meanings, and for the word that, you will often hear sentences like, the book that you gave me was pretty interesting, and I know that you will pass the test. The way that is used here in these sentences is to describe something really specific. But we will learn more about that later in future videos. For today, though, this, that, these, and those is enough. Let's now take a look at to, and to together. To, spelled T-O, has a lot of definitions, but most of the time you will say this word for going somewhere or giving something. Like, you need to go to the bank and I want to give this present to you because today is your birthday. You already know how to use to when talking about verbs in their infinitive form, which means to walk, to eat, to sleep, etc. That is why in our last two example sentences, we saw the word to twice. Let's look at them again. You need to go to the bank. To go is infinitive, and the second to that we see, to the bank, is telling me where you are going. And I want to give this present to you because it's your birthday has the same concept. To give is the infinitive, and the second to tells me who or what you will give the present to. There are other ways you can say to, but most of the time you will use to, like in these examples. To, spelled with T-O-O, means also. When we want to talk about also, you can say sentences like, can I visit the museum too? So you want to also visit the museum with that person. I want an ice cream and you want an ice cream too. In these sentences, you can use also instead of to in specific sentences like these. Like, I want an ice cream and you want an ice cream also. To, T-O-O, again, has a second very important definition where something is or was probably very intense or extreme. When you want to use to when talking about intensity, you can say something like this. The coffee was too hot and burnt my tongue. You are driving too fast. Please slow down. These are examples of something being too extreme. The coffee is an extreme temperature, and the driving speed is too quick. One last example we can look at together is, it's too cold outside. You will need a jacket. You will use both of these definitions of to daily. So you will learn it pretty quickly because you will practice speaking it and hearing it very often. The last to that we have is to, spelled T-W-O. This is the easiest one and means two, the number after one. 1, 2, 3. You have 2 hands. You have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 2 elbows. 1, 2. Great job so far. Let's learn our last words for today's class, and the most fun ones I like to save for last. So let's look at were, where, we're, and where. All right, let's start with were. Were is the past tense of are. You were sleeping earlier. They were on vacation last week. We won't say I were because the past tense of am, like I am, is I was, not I were. Were is just the past tense of are, not am or is. I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, and they were. You were sick yesterday, and they were driving in the morning. Where is for asking about a place or location, or describing a place or location. Like, let's talk about asking where you put your car keys. Where is the Eiffel Tower? Where can I find a good sushi restaurant? I don't know where you went to college or university. We're is short for we are. Like if you want to say we're going to the cinema together, we're best friends, and we're sitting next to each other on the bus. It's exactly the same as we are, just the shorter version. And our last word, wear, is for putting clothes or accessories on your body, like wearing a t-shirt or earrings. Do you wear a jacket in the summer in Italy? Maybe not. Do you wear sunglasses on the beach? Yes, I do. Do you wear a hat every time you go outside? Some people do, depending on where they live. Fantastic work again. That is it for this video. I hope you had as much fun as I had. I can't wait to see you again for part 5. So until then, bye.